Congratulations on the purchase of your Rockwood Mini Lite 2104S. My name is Russ. I'm with TerryTown RV. I'm going to do your orientation with you today. We're going to start with a little bit of maintenance. Starting with your roof. Your roof is a rubber membrane, and the top of your slide out as well, a rubber membrane. You want to get up there with a rubber roof cleaner and conditioner. You're going to spray it on, scrub it in, and then rinse it off. It's all in one product. It has conditioner, UV blocker, and cleaner in it. The conditioner is going to keep the rubber up there from drying out and cracking and eventually causing leaks. So it's very important that you do that. While you're on your roof, look around your vents and anywhere there's any kind of caulking, and you're going to use a self-leveling lap sealant on there. So just make sure everything's sealed up tight. The next item you're going to want to maintain are the seals around your slide out. You have a bulb seal and a wipe away seal. Wipe away seal wipes the moisture off your slide out when you bring it in. The bulb seal, it seals the weather out when the slide out is all the way in. There's a slide out seal conditioner. It comes in a spray can. You spray it on, it foams up, and you just leave it on there. It's going to soak into the pores of the rubber. It's going to keep this from drying out and cracking and then leaking. So very important to do that as well. On your slide out, you have rails. So where these teeth are, you do need to grease those with a dry graphite grease. Do not use a lithium-based grease because that will collect dirt and sand. It gets all gummed up. So dry graphite grease usually comes in a spray can. Just give it a spray every now and then. If it starts squeaking, or a couple times a year, I would do it at least. Your tires are the next thing. You do need to maintain your tires. Your tire pressure is on a sticker on the side of your camper. So 65 psi. Make sure you maintain the tire pressure in there. You also want to make sure that you grease your bearings every 6,000 miles or 2 years. They do have grease certs in there. There's bearing buddies, so just pop the cap off the tires, give a few squirts of grease, you should be good to go. Your siding and the graphics on the siding, they may start to peel and crack. The siding and the graphics may start to fade over time. One way to help prevent that, is to wax this a couple times a year with a Carnauba style car wax. Same type of stuff you put on your car. It's a big job, but it's well worth it. It's going to help keep this looking nice for a long time. If you do not like to wax, we do offer a ceramic coating that we put on these. If it's something you're interested in, let us know. We'll get it on here before you pick up. But what that is, it's a chemical we spray on. It has a bond with your siding. It's guaranteed to last for 5 years. You wouldn't have to wax it for 5 years, just wash it. It cleans a lot easier. You get black streaks, bugs, sap, that stuff comes right off. There's a 5-year warranty with it, so if something did happen to your siding or those graphics in that 5 years, it would be fixed and replaced. Your awning, that is covered as well with that ceramic coating. So if your awning were to start to fade or crack, that would be replaced as well. If you not go with the ceramic coating, you still do need to treat your awning. There's an awning cleaner with a UV blocker. So you want to use that a couple times a year. Just spray it on, scrub it in, and rinse it off. Pretty easy. Your maintenance shouldn't take too long. I'd definitely do it a couple times a year, and this camper will last a long time for you. So we're going to start with the orientation. We're going to start here in the back. As we'll start right with outdoor shower. So you do have an outdoor shower on here, hot and cold water. This right here, if you're going to winterize, you hook a hose to this. The other end of the hose goes into antifreeze. Turn your water pump on, and that will pull the antifreeze right through your camper. City water connection, full hookup camping. Hook a hose up to here. You have water pressure through that hose. I do recommend you use a water pressure regulator. Anything over 50 psi, you stand a chance of bursting your lines. Water pressure regulator will help prevent that from happening. This is a black tank flush. So once you're done emptying your tanks, and they're right down here, we'll go over that in a minute. Once you're done emptying your black and gray tanks, you're going to close your gray valve, keep your black valve open, hook a hose to this, and it's like an upside down sprinkler system, and your black tank's going to help flush it out. Right here, this is the input for cable or satellite. Some parks have cable service, some people have portable satellite dish. This is where your plug will go. You have a 30 amp service. And down here is where all the fun happens. So you have a black handle, black tank, that's your toilet. Gray handle, gray tank, that's your dirty sink and shower. So you're gonna take this off, hook your sewer hose up to this, sewer hose goes to the septic, pull that black tank, let that empty, that's your toilet. Once that's empty, pull that gray handle, your dirty sink and shower water, that's gonna help wash the black out of your hose. Once those are both empty, close that gray tank back up, hook up your hose to your black tank flush, let that run a few minutes. Once you're satisfied it's clean enough, turn your hose off, then close this back up, put your cap back on. Stabilizers on all four corners. They are used just for stabilizing, not for leveling. So you're going to level using your tires, put blocks under one side on the tires, and then use your tongue jack to level the other way. Once your camper is level, then put your stabilizers down. Shouldn't bounce around too much when you're walking around inside. This is your refrigerator vent. There's a little hose sticking out here that needs to stay outside, just like it is. That way any condensation drips outside of the coach and not inside. If you have issues with bees or mud daubers or anything like that, there are screens you can get that go right up in here because these are ventilated. So there's screens that go here to keep those bugs out. We have those here too. Your water heater. Water heater is gas or electric. You have a button inside for turn on the gas, a button inside to turn on the electric. It's all electronic ignite. You don't have to light a pilot light out here, it'll do it itself. You do need to turn this switch on right here though. So once you get to your campsite, you get water in the water tank, turn that on, then you can go inside and decide if you want gas or electric and turn that switch on. This is an anode. If you're not familiar with the anode, your tank is a metal tank, so instead of your tank corroding, this will corrode. So this is also your plug. It goes right there. Screw that in. So every couple years this will need replaced. Right now it is bypassed because it is winterized. When you're ready to use this, you're going to hook a hose up to your city water connection. You turn the hose on. You're going to go around to every faucet. You're going to run hot and cold until all the antifreeze is out. So your outdoor shower, your bathroom, everything in your bathroom, your kitchen. Once all the antifreeze is out of the system, then you'll put this anode rod in there, tighten it up, and you go inside the coach, and I'll show you where the access panel is, and you're going to get to the back of the water heater, and you're going to turn the valves the opposite way they are now, and you will hear the water heater start to fill up. Once you hear the water heater start to fill up, turn on a hot water valve. That's going to let all the air from the water heater escape. Once you get a solid stream of water coming out of the hot water valve, then you can turn it on. When you're done emptying your wastewater tank, you can store your wastewater hose in your bumper, pull the cap off, slide it in there, put the cap back on. This is pre-wired for a backup camera. We have those here at TerryTown as well. We have observation cameras. It's 4 screws and 1 plug. And then you have a screen that comes with it that goes in your vehicle. So you can see who's behind you, see when you can change lanes. If that's something you're interested in, let us know. We'll have that installed as well. Do you have a spare tire? It's the same as the tires that are on it. Go over to the side here. Right behind this label, up underneath, are low point drains. There's a red and a blue drains. Those are the lowest point in the camper. So if you want to empty all the water out of your lines, just unscrew those caps. You have to reach up under there, you'll feel them. Just unscrew those caps and all the water will drain out there. You do have an outside grill. Hooks up just like this, so you have this bracket that comes with it, and then it slides into the side. You do have pins that go in here to hold it in place. Nice little grill. Right behind it, this is your quick connect gas line. So that's going to hook up right under here. and that goes right to your propane tanks. There's a little tabletop that comes with it too that'll sit right next to the grill. It just sits on just like this does. This is your furnace vent. Your furnace vent does get very hot, so if you use it, be careful with any children or pets around here, because if they touch this while you're using the furnace, they will get burned. There are screens that go over top of this too, the two little round screens. I do recommend those because rodents and bees, they can get in there and they can start making nests, chewing on things. So I do recommend those. You can have a TV here, that's a TV mount. And here is your input to hook it up, and a couple plugs there. Right here, this is your stove vent. So there's a couple tabs. Just pull the tabs, so if you use the vent inside, make sure that's open. Otherwise, keep it closed, and make sure it's closed before you travel. Outdoor speakers, you can adjust those from inside, and then of course your light. You do have electric awning. There is a light on under there. You have a light strip under there. Grab handle just lifts up. Recommend to fold it over the door when you travel. Just helps keep the door secure. You can put it the other way if you want to. Your stairs just fold up. Just like that. You don't have to strap them in or anything. They're held there with gravity. Over here you have your storage that goes underneath your bed and your couch. You have a couple tools in there for your stabilizers and your tongue jack. And there is a tool in there also if your slide out were to fail. So if your slide out doesn't come back in for you, this hole right here, use that tool. You slide it in there and you can crank your slide out back in manually. You can also manually crank your tongue jack. So if this were to fail, you have to take this off, pop this off, and then one of the tools in there, you can manually crank your tongue jack up or down. Otherwise, up and down with this button, and your light with that button. You do have a brand new deep cycle marine battery, 2 full propane tanks. Over here you are solar ready. Portable solar panel, plug it in there, it will trickle charge your battery. Some more storage there. You do have the bike rack if it's 2 bikes. And there is another adapter right there that goes with it. There's that table and your power cord. You do have magnets holding your doors up, which is a nice feature. Keeps your doors up out of the way. Rustic camping. This is your freshwater fill. So just open that up, fill it up. If you're going to use that, you just turn your water pump on, and then the water will start. That's how you get your water pressure. You want to use this or your city water. You do not want to use both. If you have a hose hooked up back here to your city water connection and you turn your water pump on, you're going to have too much water pressure. You could burst your lines. So one or the other. If you need to drain your freshwater tank, that is right down here. So that's where you'll drain that at. Some more storage right here. This goes under your U-shaped dinette. And that is the outside of your camper. So I'm going to pause it here and we're going to be inside. Okay, we are at the door. So just inside the door here, this is your fuses and your breakers. If a fuse goes out, red LED light will light up next to the bad one, so you don't have to try to guess which one it is. All your fuses are your 12 volt. The breakers are your shore power. Plug right there. Your TV. So you do have an antenna booster back here. So there's a little button and a green light. Make sure that green light is on if you want local channels. If that green light is off, you will not get local channels. Your antenna will not be working. You have a Wi-Fi Ranger right here. You can turn that on. Okay, you have your fire extinguisher here. This bag contains the rest of your starter kit. So you have a wastewater hose, freshwater hose, and an electrical adapter. You do have plug. You have a 12-volt plug, charging station. This is for a light. And now your bed and your couch. So your couch is a recliner. Pull the handles, got recline. And then your bed cannot come down until you pull up on this handle. Your bed will lay down flat. Undo the pins here. Watch your fingers for that pinching point up there. Then your bed comes down. You do have the straps on here to keep your bedding from falling behind there. In order to bring your bed back up, there is a lever here you have to pull before it will go up. That locks this in place. So make sure you pull that. You do have lights up here, the push button lights. All these lights can be push button. Over here at the control panel, you do have your awning light switch, porch light, that's that orange light out there, and then your interior lights. So all these lights are on interior light, one switch. If you don't want them all on, you can turn them off individually, which is nice. All right, stove. So open that vent outside if you're going to use the fan, and then you have your light here. Nice solid glass counter here, so you have extra counter space. If you're using your stove top, just simply fold it up. Now you have a backsplash. This works kind of like a grill. Put it on light, push in the sparker, it'll light up. Your oven works on that sparker also. So you put it on pilot. You're going to hold the button in, and while you push the igniter. Since this is glass, it is very important you remember to put this down before you travel, because it will break. Be careful there. Your keys are on your sink. You have extra counter here. And then your stereo. So this is a CD player, DVD player, it's Bluetooth. You have indoor and outdoor speakers. It is connected with the TV here, so play DVDs through there. You have zones right here. Zone 3 doesn't do anything, but Zone 1 is inside. Just push the button to turn it on or off. And then Zone 2 is outside. You can play both inside and outside if you want. This button is a mute button, but if you hold it down, it's your power button. Microwave, standard microwave, just like at home. Now, underneath your refrigerator, there's access panels. That's where you're going to find the back of your water heater. So you just take one of these hinges off, and then it'll open up and you'll see the back of the water heater, so you can turn those valves so you can take it on a bypass. That's your carbon monoxide LP detector. And then your refrigerator. Refrigerator is gas or electric. As long as it's on auto, it'll focus. As long as it's on auto, it's going to run off electricity if you're plugged in. If you lose power or unplug, it's going to automatically switch to propane. I have your propane off, and we're not plugged in, so it automatically went to check because it can't find the propane. If I want gas only, this button out. So auto and gas only. Inside the refrigerator, you have this little sensor here. So it's colder the higher it is, warmer the lower it is. But that's as high as it goes right there. Make sure that if your fridge does not cool down for you, make sure that that sensor did not fall. Dinette, the table is down right now. So it's in the bed position. That's how you'll want it when you travel, because that table is a freestanding table and it will fly around. And then you're just going to use these back cushions put in here to fill in the space if you use it for a bed. Good storage. Now here's your antenna. It just spins around in a circle. It does not go up or down like the old style, so you don't have to worry about if you left the antenna up or not. but you do need to have the antenna booster on behind the TV for that to work. Your vent, just twist this up, make sure it's down before you travel. You could get a max air cover which goes over top of that vent, so you could leave it open all the time. Even if it's raining out, you can have it open washing or driving down the road. We can install those for you too if that's something you're interested in. Alright, and then your thermostat over here. So you can choose between your air, your heat, your fan, or off, and then these are your fan speeds, and then just set your temperature here. Now your control panel, you have battery, fresh, black, and gray. So just push it and I'll show you. There's your fresh tank is empty, black is empty, gray is empty. Water pump, so if you use that fresh water tank, just turn that on. And then this will tell you if you want to use gas or electric for your water heater. Your slide out, just hold the button in or out. And then your awning, to extend your awning and retract your awning. And your bathroom, you have a fan here, so just twist this. You do have the max air cover on this one, so you could leave this one open if you wanted to. And then you have your fan speeds here. There's 4 fan speeds or fan off. You do have the foot pedal flush, so halfway down and bring water in, all the way down to flush. Your shower, make sure this is attached when you travel. This does have a magnet strip on it. Nice big shower. Of course, the sink, light switch is right here. You do have a GFI reset underneath there, under the sink. And I believe that is everything. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to give us a call. We'll be happy to answer them. Congratulations again. Right here, this is that ceramic coating I was telling you about that goes on the outside. This is what the warranty will cover on it. So we have fading, acid rain, bird waste, ocean spray, insects and bugs, black streaks, tree sap. Any of that stuff damages your siding or those graphics, they will be replaced. Your awning, fading, discoloring, cracking. And then there's an interior protection as well. That's good for 5 years also. So if you have like rips and tears in your furniture, you have any discoloring, you spill a drink and it stains the carpet, all of that is covered. And then fading also. So if your blinds fade on you, or maybe the windows are open and your furniture fades or something like that, it's going to be covered under that warranty for 5 years. If you're interested in any of those things, let us know. We'll apply that product before you pick up. Other things we offer, so we have surge protectors, highly recommended. You have a 30 amp service, so you want a 30 amp surge protector. The vent covers I talked to you about a little bit. Awning cradle, that goes on the outside in the center of your awning to support the middle. So while you're driving down the road, awnings tend to bounce. Over time they could start to bend. The awning cradle will help prevent that. Slide topper is an awning that goes over top of your slide out, protects that rubber membrane on your slide out from any debris from falling on it, keeps the weather off it. That's something we can also put on before you arrive if it's something you want. And then those screens for your vents. So there's ones for your furnace, your water heater, and your refrigerator. And then an observation camera. So we're going to email this video to you. If you want any of those extras added on before you come in, just email us back or give us a call and we'll be happy to put those on. Again, thank you for buying at TerryTown and happy camping.